Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and Happy New Year, almost, actually, right now. So it is New Year's Eve, about 7:30. Working on a little bit of tackle, but tomorrow, and by the time you're watching this, it'll be well into the new year, but tomorrow, get to do something that I'm pretty excited about. Buddy and I are going to fish the New Year's Day tournament on Cherokee. I've fished it a lot of times over the years in the past, fished with my brother some not too long ago, but yeah, fished the annual tournament they've had for years and years on Cherokee, and there's several other ones around. But the really exciting part for me is my buddy that I'm going fishing with tomorrow, Mark Mauldin and I. This will be the first time we've been in a boat together, I'm gonna say, in at least a decade. I'm not sure, 38, so it wouldn't have been 2 decades, but definitely over a decade. And spent a lot of time fishing together. I learned a lot from Mark over the years of us, fishing tournaments together and stuff. But this is something that I want to try to do this year a few times, hopefully, is fish with guys that I grew up fishing with a lot. Mark being one of them, Jason Nichols being another one. Fish with those guys that were instrumental in getting to where I'm at in this sport. I think it's, I certainly appreciate what those guys did and taking me fishing when I was so young and everything that they've taught me. But I just think it'd be fun to get in the boat with them again. So super excited that it worked out for Mark and I to get to do this and go fish the New Year's Day tournament up on Cherokee. But probably gonna take the GoPro along with us in the truck. Maybe we can get Mark to tell some stories about a young whippersnapper he took fishing there a couple decades ago. So that's what I'm excited. I'm just excited to see how the day goes. Hopefully we catch some fish. We're gonna make a video out of this regardless of what fish we catch. So yeah, so stay tuned. This should be fun. I'm certainly excited about it, and I hope that you all are as well. I can still see why they'd hit that thing, it being cold. I mean, it ain't too fast,
Moving slow.
Mm-hmm. Like, I definitely would think the numbers of bites, I think the number of fish that follow it would be less.
Yeah.
But if they have followed it, they're probably going to go ahead and eat at that point because they've spent some energy. You might get less lookers and stuff, but I know Edwin had fished with some people last off season. He's trying to learn glide bait stuff, and I mean, they throw it a lot in the water in the 40s, low 40s, shallow, clear stuff. Right. But it's in 5 foot of water. Well, the fish is obviously suspended, but he kind of hopped it, and then he went, got him. Hey, good work.
He was way down there.
Was he?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, he was way down there.
He's about where he should have been in this crack, but just a little deeper than we was hoping, maybe.
Yeah, that sucker was way down in there, because I mean it was almost to the end of, when you like, I went to give up on it and it was still going.
Still going. Well,
The old whirling derby fish.
I don't think mine's a keeper. But I got one.
We're on a roll.
We are.
Hit that GoPro button or whatever it is you do.
That's right. They should both be rolling, so yeah. We've done found the school of them. He was down there a pretty good piece too. Yeah, he was more than halfway back. Thumped it, I guess, huh? I don't know how you didn't break your line.
Where's the board?
Between the live wells. Yeah, I was like, the thought went through my head, it can't be terribly big or he'd have broke his line. That's fish.
Swimming?
Yep. That fish was shallow. Shallow, shallow, shallow.
Yeah, it's terribly shallow.
Here it comes. Maybe. Oh, that's a nice one.
It is a nice one. Should have got it right there. Couldn't see it. Where'd he get? Oh, he's barely here.
We got one, Marcus. I can catch a bass.
You can.
At least on a shad wrap anyway.
Yeah, just like Daddy taught you.
That's a real bass there.
Yeah, that one will work.
That's 14 pounds worth, 5 of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you do it.
Thank you, sir. I thought I was hung. I'm like, oh wait, no.
Yeah, I saw you pull back and then oh, nope.
Yeah, I'd give up on it. Okay, we can do this number. Nice thing too, it's at every size has got a keeper. Yes, it is. Nice job, buddy.
Damn, he choked it too.
Now, I mean, I did not expect to catch a smallmouth back here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nice job. He was right where he should have been.
He was right where he should have been. I don't know if you noticed, but
He got it gagged.
that cast I made.
You up in the rocks. Yeah. Like I ain't throwing shallow enough. Right, there's a school of fish. See him right there?
Right there in the middle.
Uh-huh. They were moving too. They were getting it. And from what people say about scoping, the fish that are moving a lot, that's more likely to be bass than ones that are just, you know, if they're sitting in a brush pile or something, but if they're out in open water, bass are rarely just sitting still. But they're at least moving some. See what it is. It's some kind of funky. Got him? Yeah. Oh. I didn't want to dive at him.
Yeah, there's a limit.
Yep. Good job, Marcus. Got him. A little skinnier, but he'll work for now.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Perfect.
Come on.
He's deep. All right, well, that's it. We're finally trying to thaw out a little bit. I think it was 38 when we put the boat in, and it was 40 when we took out. But it was pretty solid.
I don't know if it was 40. I don't know if it ever got to 40.
Yeah, I don't know that it did. But no, it was really fun. It was really fun for me. Get to fish with Mark again. It's been a minute. Been way too long.
Yeah, we were figuring it out, and it's been a bunch of years now. It doesn't seem like it, but it's been a while since we.
I had told Abby a decade. I don't know if it's quite been, but it ain't far from it. It's closer than it ain't.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it is. It's been a long time. I know so how far back it goes, I know I went with you to break in one of your nitros that might have been your first nitro through the factory.
Yeah.
That wasn't through Bass Pro Shop in Sevierville.
Yeah.
That's been a minute too, because we went to Douglas. That was so long ago.
Yes.
That side image was new.
That's right. That was 2011.
Yeah.
That's when that one was. Yeah.
So that's been a long time ago.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, we caught them on Silver Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Found them in the holler there at Point 2, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, no, for today we ended up 1262 was what we had with that one little bitty spot.
Yep, had to weigh in a baby.
Yep, and I think we were first ones out of the money, so I guess we finished about 6, but we did get lunker, so did have a one that on their scales weighed 395, that biggest largemouth. So we'll take that. At least it was something.
It was better than nothing. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't miss out on lunker by one place too.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have really stunk.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. No, that was good. It was a lot of fun. Glad it all worked out.
Well, I appreciate you asking me, and I was glad just to share the boat with you for a little bit.
Yeah,
we used to do this a lot. We haven't done it in a long time, so it's a lot of fun, and this is the cool part of fishing.
Yeah, yeah.
And just the people that are in your life because of it, and you're in my life because of fishing, and we're pretty tight. We're good buddies. We don't have to go fishing all the time to be good buddies.
That's right. Yeah.
And there's a lot of good people that we have in our lives because of fishing, and so that's what's cool about it.
Yeah, need to not make it as long before we do it again.
No, we need to go again. Take our kids. Both our kids love to fish too. So my daughter loves to fish,
and she's not too bad at it either.
She's doing pretty well too. So yeah. So no, we need to.
I know I had a good teacher in you, and I think you ain't forgot everything yet.
Well, I've told you before. They say those that can't teach, and so I may not be able to do it, but I know how you're supposed to do it. So I can tell you how to do it. I just can't do it.
That's right. No, it definitely was. It's fun to think back at some trips we've been on today and that kind of stuff. And one thing that, and I'll do this when you'll fishing with Jason. Something that to me, one of the biggest things I feel like I personally learned from you, and then I still see in my fishing was, and it probably no surprise to you, but it's in structure fishing and just offshore fishing. Structure fishing, but it could be 4 foot deep, or it could be.
We do it a lot shallow. Yeah,
deep.
Structure fishing is just fishing the stuff that's on the bottom. You're not fishing the stuff you can see. So and we do that. I mean, you won the Bassmasters Classic fishing stuff that you weren't throwing at the bank.
Correct. And the probably the single biggest part of it, and I don't know that I've ever told you this, but is the boat position aspect of it, of having the boat close enough you can reach what you got to reach, but far enough away that you ain't messing up the fish, or that the bait is getting where it needs to get. And that to me is the biggest part of it that I feel like I learned from you more than anybody else. So
well, I appreciate that.
And I appreciate you teaching me that.
You're well. It worked out pretty good a few times in your career, so I'm glad I was able to help with that. I don't know, something about that's cool to me is fishing stuff you can't see, because your mind is you're trying to picture what that bait's doing down there, and so you let your imagination run wild a little bit of
Yeah.
All those down there, they're all that big.
That's
you know,
right.
it's not these that are running on the bank, so it gets pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So
And that was people who are watching this who just got into fishing the last 5 or 10 years. Like, well, what are you talking about? We can see everything. No, back in those days, we didn't see any of it. You
Yeah.
couldn't see it with
Yeah.
side imaging. You couldn't see it with 360.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, he'd already had a pro staff boat when side imaging came out. We
Yeah.
used to fish with a flasher, and
Yeah.
you know, as David Fritz says, you used your bait to
Exactly.
find the cover and
Yeah.
find the fish and stuff. So
And that was the type of structure fishing that I learned from. And we'd graph some and we did that stuff, but it was structure fishing by fishing.
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we'd graph some and use a flasher and mark some, and you'd show me what they look like. But it was fishing by fishing. That's we talked about a trip at Kentucky Lake that I'm gonna say I was a 15, 16-year-old.
I don't know if you were 16. I don't remember you driving any.
You had that Bronco. Which you had it a while, I guess, but
Yeah,
I don't remember
what boat did I have?
I think it was
remember.
a Stratus. Pretty sure it was. I
If
think
it was a 20
Stratus.
footer, that was about a 2002 model boat.
So I'd have been 17 by then.
You might have been old enough to drive. I don't
Yeah.
remember if you were
I don't
old enough
think
to
it
drive or
was.
not.
I think it was before
But like we
that.
talked about it a little bit. I do know it was long enough ago that on that trip you had the first Cinco that I
Right.
had ever seen.
Yeah.
Didn't know what it was. So whatever year a Cinco came out, this was probably about 6 months after that.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it. Yeah, but that was for me to go to Kentucky Lake as a kid and watch you learn how to. Or watch you figure out how to find them out there on that kind of stuff. That was
And we had fun.
Yeah.
To me, fishing like that is rewarding. An old guy that, matter of fact, it was the dad of a kid that won the day, and he was always a structure fisherman. He said, well, when you can pull up to one tree and catch 30 out of it, I'll start flipping.
Yeah.
Well, used to back in the day, you could pull
Yeah.
up to one hole and catch 30 on,
Yeah.
out structure fishing. You don't do that much anymore because,
Catch 30 on 25 casts.
yeah, you catch several two at a time. So,
But yeah. No, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for going back on old memories and stuff. But no, I certainly appreciate everything you've taught me over the years, and
You're
continue to
welcome,
teach me,
buddy.
so.
I appreciate your friendship and how it's cool that my daughter's a year older than Abby, and they're buddies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're just all good friends. Y'all came. I tell people all the time. I think you were 12. You were 12, and Sonny was 14 when y'all joined the bass club that I was in. So
Yeah, president. I think you were president of.
I probably was. I wasn't very old. But, I was president of the bass club.
Yeah.
So, so we go way back in this
way
crazy fishing stuff, and
Yeah,
it's just a lot of fun.
no doubt, no doubt. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.